Welcome to Spelling Bee Ninja. If you're eager to explore and learn about the incredible interconnectedness of life on Earth, you've come to the right place. Our mission is to equip you with knowledge and skills that empower you to understand and appreciate the natural world. Make sure to subscribe for more free educational content that ignites your curiosity and builds your understanding of science. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of ecosystems, where living organisms interact with their environment in a beautifully complex web of relationships. An ecosystem can be as small as a single puddle or as vast as an expansive desert or rainforest. In every ecosystem, living organisms like plants, animals, fungi, and bacteria engage with non-living elements such as air, water, soil, and sunlight. The connections among these components create a dynamic balance that sustains life. Energy flows through ecosystems, while matter cycles, allowing the continuous support of diverse life forms. Think of ecosystems as communities. When you walk through a forest or explore a coral reef, you can observe these communities thriving and balancing the energy flow. For instance, in a forest, trees provide shelter for numerous animals and plants, while animals help in pollination and seed dispersal. Now, what is the term for that community of living organisms interacting with their environment? You guessed it, it's called an ecosystem. Next, let's talk about the vital roles different organisms play. In an ecosystem, you'll find producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers, also known as autotrophs, create their own food through processes like photosynthesis. Think of plants, algae, and even some bacteria. They harness energy from sunlight to produce glucose, which serves them as food. Consumers, or heterotrophs, acquire their energy by eating other organisms. These can be herbivores like deer that consume plants, carnivores like wolves that eat animals, or omnivores like humans who enjoy both. Don't forget about decomposers. These crucial organisms, including certain bacteria and fungi, break down dead organisms and waste, returning essential nutrients back to the soil. This recycling process is fundamental for maintaining the health of ecosystems. Can you identify which of these organisms acts as a producer? That's right, the plants. Next up is the food chain. Imagine a simple food chain. It starts with grass, then a rabbit eats the grass, followed by a fox that eats the rabbit. This sequence shows the direct transfer of energy from one organism to another. But ecosystems are more complex than simple chains. They consist of interconnected food webs that illustrate various feeding relationships. The arrows in these chains and webs indicate the direction of energy flow, which always moves from the organism being eaten to the one that eats it. In this case, our grass as the first producer is the starting point. Have you thought about the direction those arrows point in a food chain? Moving forward, let's get into trophic levels. A trophic level refers to the position one occupies in the food chain or energy pyramid. At the base, you have producers at the first trophic level, followed by primary consumers at the second level, then secondary consumers, and so forth. An energy pyramid helps us visualize how energy and biomass decrease at higher trophic levels. On average, only about 10% of energy transfers from one trophic level to the next. So, the level with the most energy would be the producers, right? That's why protecting our primary producers is vital for supporting ecosystems. Moving along, let's dive into biomes. A biome is a larger geographical area defined by its climate and types of life forms. Major biomes around the world include tropical rainforests, deserts, grasslands, and tundras. Each biome has unique weather patterns and living conditions that shape the plants and animals found there. For example, tropical rainforests are known for their high rainfall and biodiversity, featuring dense canopies full of life. Can you think of which biome this description fits best? That's right. It's the tropical rainforest. Now, let's clarify a couple of important terms related to where organisms live. The term habitat refers to the physical environment that an organism inhabits, essentially its address. On the other hand, a niche is more about the role the organism plays within that ecosystem, encompassing its interactions and resource use. Imagine a singer in a band. While multiple singers may occupy the same space, each fulfills a distinct role. This principle is known as the competitive exclusion principle, indicating that no two species can occupy the same niche simultaneously for long. So when discussing ecosystem roles, think about the differences between habitat and niche. Next, let's explore symbiosis. Symbiosis refers to the long-term interactions between two different species living together. There are three primary types of symbiosis: mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. In mutualism, both species benefit, like bees pollinating flowers while feeding on nectar. Commensalism is a relationship where one species benefits while the other remains unaffected, such as barnacles hitching a ride on whales. Finally, parasitism occurs when one organism benefits at the expense of another, like tapeworms inside animals that draw nutrients from their hosts. Understanding these relationships is crucial to grasping the delicate balance within ecosystems. So, which type of symbiosis benefits both species? Exactly, mutualism. Now, let's take a closer look at biogeochemical cycles. These cycles describe how chemical elements move through both the living and non-living parts of ecosystems. One of the most crucial cycles is the carbon cycle. Carbon, an essential element for life, exists in the atmosphere primarily as carbon dioxide. Plants play a pivotal role in removing carbon dioxide through photosynthesis. Once animals consume these plants, they return carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere through respiration. Decomposers finish the cycle by breaking down dead organisms and releasing carbon back into the air. However, human activities like burning fossil fuels are releasing large amounts of ancient carbon, significantly impacting our climate. Can you remember which process reduces carbon dioxide in the atmosphere? Of course, it's photosynthesis. Now, infectious species pose a significant threat to ecosystems. These non-native organisms can cause harm by disrupting native species and ecosystems. They often thrive because they lack natural predators in their new environment. Take, for example, zebra mussels in the Great Lakes, which outcompete local mussels and lead to clogs in pipes. Similarly, kudzu vine in the southeastern United States aggressively grows over trees, potentially killing them. Understanding the damage that invasive species can do is essential for protecting biodiversity. Speaking of biodiversity, let's talk about its importance. Biodiversity refers to the variety of life on Earth, including genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. High biodiversity contributes to ecosystems' resilience, helping them recover from disturbances. Additionally, diverse ecosystems provide essential services such as pollination, water purification, and climate regulation. Unfortunately, human activities are leading to habitat destruction and other issues that threaten species, pushing us closer to a potential mass extinction event. It's critical to appreciate the importance of biodiversity in sustaining healthy ecosystems. As we conclude our discussion on ecosystems, remember how vital these interconnected systems are for life on our planet. They depend on plants, animals, and even us to maintain balance. Understanding these relationships better equips us to protect and preserve these incredible environments for future generations. To sum up, we've explored the intricate dynamics of ecosystems, delving into the roles of producers, consumers, and decomposers. Each organism contributes to a larger web of life, influencing energy flow and matter cycling. We discovered how trophic levels and biomes play crucial parts in these systems, and we learned about the importance of symbiosis to survival. We also looked at biogeochemical cycles and the urgent issue of invasive species. Lastly, we emphasized the significance of biodiversity for resilient ecosystems. Remember, understanding these connections helps us appreciate the wonders of nature. Thank you for joining us in today's exploration of ecosystems. If you found this episode informative, don't forget to subscribe for more engaging content. Let's continue expanding our knowledge of science together. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and stay curious about the world around you.